Namaste, welcome all of you again in Standard 12 Commerce. This is our fourth lecture in the series. Let's start this day with the exciting thing. In my last lecture, I had given you one quiz, as I always give. The quiz was that which of these is not the provision of Partnership Act 1932? Okay, which of these is not the provision? And the answer is given by 8 lucky students. Good. 8 students has given the answer. And let's see who is the first. See, Harsh has given some answers to my another question. Like I had asked why the balance is of the debit side is bigger. Okay. And the answer of this quiz is given by Sakshi. The first answer given by Sakshi is the correct answer. The answer was D. Okay. Another 7 more students has given the same answer. Right. Well, let's see what the students. Harsh, Sheikh, Miss Varanju, Mr. Aniket Varanju, Miss Nevgi, and Miss Shawnee Penkar. All these students have given the correct answer. Very good. But who has given the answer first? See, is Sakshi Belwalkar. Very good. So the winner of this quiz is Sakshi. Very good, Sakshi. So Sakshi is the winner of this quiz. Okay. Now let's move to our topic. What we are learning and what we have covered so far. Okay, this is we are on lesson number 1, that is Introduction to Partnership and Partnership Final Accounts. Okay, so far we have covered up to this, right? We have covered up to knowing how to maintain the capital accounts of the partners. Okay, and as per competency statements, what we have learned: meaning of partnership, features of partnership, meaning of Indian Partnership Act 1932, importance of partnership deed, provisions applicable, and how to maintain the capital accounts of partners. Now, today onwards we are going to learn the important thing, that is the core thing of this lesson. Okay, what is the core thing of this lesson? That is understanding how to prepare the partnership final accounts. Okay, this is the important thing for us to do. Okay, this is the important thing for us to do, that is the partnership final accounts. Okay, now we will see, understand the meaning of partnership final accounts, and later on we'll see how to create the partnership final accounts, and we'll also learn the importance of final accounts, different adjustments are done, how the adjustments are done, their different effects. Okay, and how to prepare the final accounts. Okay, so far now we are going to understand the meaning of partnership final accounts. Up to this we have completed, done. What we learnt in the last lecture? Methods of capital account, right? The capital accounts of partner is maintained in 2 ways, either by fixed capital method or by fluctuating capital method. In fixed capital method, we have to prepare 2 accounts, that is capital account and current account. But as per fluctuating capital method, we have to prepare only one capital account, that is partner's capital account, that is comprehensive capital account, in which the entries of this partner's capital account and partner's current account will be incorporated as per fluctuating capital method. And what was the note I told you? Unless and until it has been instructed like which method is to be followed, you have to follow fluctuating capital method only. If it is instructed to you that you have to follow fixed capital method, then and then only you have to follow this method. Otherwise, unless and until it has been implicitly mentioned, you have to follow fluctuating capital method only for solving the problems of capital accounts of partners. See, methods of capital account we had seen in last lecture, right? And we had completed this. In my last lecture, I had given you the homework because we had the holiday of 2 days, right? The homework was based on the same thing which we learned, right? You were supposed to create fixed. You were supposed to create the capital accounts as per fixed and fluctuating method of the partners. The partners were Anambu and Baru. Okay. See, it was a very simple problem, easy problem, and few transactions were there. Now let's see who has solved it. Now let's see how to solve it first. Okay. See, this was the problem. Show how the following items will appear in the capital accounts of the partners Anbu and Baru when their capitals are fixed and fluctuating by the both methods. See, for Anbu and Baru. Now we'll solve by the fixed capital method first. Okay. Particulars, Anbu's amount, Baru's amount, particulars, Anbu's amount and Baru's amount. Okay. Now this is as per fixed capital method. This is partners capital account. Okay. Now let's see what would be the first entry. This is partners capital account. Okay. As per fixed capital method. So what would be the first entry? Obviously, we have to make the transition, enter the transitions of capital account. So in the credit side, always capital account always has credit balance. So this would be the first entry, which will come in the partners capital account by fixed capital method in the credit side, right? So let's see how to do it. See, by balance brought down 90,000 and 70,000. This is the first entry we completed. By balance brought down 90,000 and 70,000, right? Partners capital account. So partners capital account, the capital balance we entered. What would be the second entry? Let's see. Is there anything they have introduced any new capital during the entire year? Drawings, interest on capital, partner's salary, commission and share of profit. No, they haven't introduced or they haven't added any new capital during the year. So there would be no any entry over here in the credit side. Nor they have withdrawn permanently any part of the capital, right? So there would not be any entry at the debit side also. Why? Debit side decreases the capital, credit side increases the capital. Okay. So the total would be the same, 90,000 and 70,000. So what would be the balancing figure? That is balance carried down. The balancing figure would be the same, 90,000 and 70,000. The same figure will come for the next, come as the opening amount for the next year, right? This will come as the opening amount for the next year. Okay. Now let's see how to make it by partners current account. Okay. Because as per fixed method, we have to prepare two accounts, that partners capital account and partners current account. Okay. Now let's see. You have to draw a table like this. Then you have to give the names of the columns. Particulars, Anbu's amount, Baru's amount, particulars, Anbu's amount and Baru's amount. Okay. Now let's see what would be the first entry. First entry in the partner's current account, first credit entry. Okay. See, by what is the first? Interest on drawings. Sorry, interest on capital. Interest on capital would be the, by interest on capital account would be the first entry. What is amount? 5,400 and 4,200. 5,400 for Anbu and 4,200 for Baru. What is next? They got the salary also. Partners got the salary also. So this side increases, right? Credit side increases the capital. So salary increases the capital. So by salary account would be credited to partners capital account. Salary is 12,000 only to Anbu. Baru didn't get any salary, right? Next, commission. Commission again increases the capital. So by commission account, Anbu didn't get any salary. Baru gets salary of rupees 6,000. Next, profit. Profit also increases the credit side of the capital, right? So profit, that is profit and loss account, that is a profit share between them is 6,000 and 4,000 rupees respectively. Okay. See, only this much of entries are there in the credit side of the partner's current account. So let us do the total. The total is rupees 23,400 for Anbu and rupees 14,200 for Baru. Okay. Now let's see which entries comes in the debit side. See, let's debit side. Debit side, first we will make the total debit side. It is the drawings first, right? Drawings during the year. 12,000 for Anbu and 9,000 for Balu. Now we have to give the interest also. We have to charge the interest also for them for their drawings from the company, right? Why? It decreased the capital, right? So drawings account 360 and rupees 270. Okay, for Anbu and Balu. So only this much of transactions will come in the debit side of partner's current account. So what would be the balancing figure? We have to deduct or we have to subtract the total of these two from this total. Okay, what is that total? That's 11,040, 040 only. And for Baru the same, right? The total of these two we will deduct from this total, right? That is 4,930. So what would be the, this is the balancing figure, that is balance carried down, closing balance, right? And that would be the opening balance for the next year, right? That is by balance brought down 11,040 and 4,930, right? This would be the solution as per fixed capital method. Now let's see how by fluctuating capital method we have to solve it. See, now we are going to solve it by fluctuating capital method. Okay, we will draw the table, make the columns, give the names. Okay, now what will be the first entry? This is fluctuating capital. So all the entries will incorporate in the same account. So first entry would be the, we have to make the first entry of capital, right? So by balance brought down capital entry, which is 90,000 and 70,000. Next they haven't brought any capital inside the business, right? So the next entry will be the interest on capital in the on the credit side of the partner's current account. By interest on capital 5,400 rupees and 4,200 rupees. Next is partner's salary. By partner's salary account rupees 12,000 and nothing for Baru. Commission. See, there is no any commission for Anbu. By commission account Anbu nothing and Baru will get commission of rupees 6,000. Again, this profit increases the credit side, right? That increases the capital. So profit share by profit and loss account profit rupees 6,000 and rupees 4,000. So this much of entries will come only in the credit side. Let's calculate the total. Total is 1,13,400 and 84,200, right? And what will come on the debit side? See, has they withdrawn any big capital, substantial capital? No, they have only done the drawing. Okay, so drawings will be, to the drawings account, drawings will be 12,000 and 9,000, and interest on drawings will be, interest on drawings 360 and 270. Okay, so again, what would be the balancing figure? That is the closing balance. We'll deduct the total of this from this total, right? It would be 1,01,040 rupees, and again we will deduct the total of this from this total, final total, that is 74,930. So this is the balance carried down, that is the balancing figure which we will bring forward, that is balance brought down for the next accounting, for the next financial year. That is the balance brought down opening figure for the next account, next year's capital account, that is same 1,01,040 and 74,930. Okay students, understood? Now this homework I have shown you how to solve, but I had given it you to solve, right? Now let's see how many students have solved it properly. See, this one I got. Yes, everything is correct, right? Everything is correct. Correct. This is again correct and this is again correct. All the three fixed capital account, by fixed capital account, partners capital account, partners current account, and partners capital account, partners current account, and fluctuating capital method. all the things that have been solved properly. Let's see who has solved it. He got or she got 100% right, correct, right? Let's see who has solved. Who is the star of this star of the week? Because I give this a weekly, right? Who is the star of this week? It's Mrunmayee. Very good. Very good. Mrunmayee has solved it perfectly and sent it to me very first, right? So Mrunmayee is the star of the week. She is the star student. See, Mrunmayee has done the great job. Very good, Mrunmayee. And one more student has also sent me the same. Again, all the answers are correct and is Shravani Penkar. Okay, 100%. Very good. Now let's move ahead. What we are going to learn today? What we are going to learn today? Partnership final accounts. That is how to create the partnership final account. This pyramid shows the final account and what it includes: trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. Now let's see. What is meant by partnership final accounts? See. What is the necessity of preparation of final accounts and how to prepare the trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet, right? In standard 11th also you have learned how to prepare the final accounts of proprietorship. Now we are going to learn how to prepare the final accounts of partnership firm, right? See, these many are the transactions whose effect you have to give in the trading and profit and loss account, profit and balance sheet, right? See, which are these transactions? You have to record the closing stock, outstanding expenses, prepaid expenses, income received in advance, income receivable. See, this is opposite to this. Bad debts, provision for bad debts, reserve for discount on debtors and creditors, depreciation, interest on capital drawings and loan, interest on investments and loans given, goods destroyed by fire or accident, that is the goods destroyed can be insured or uninsured also. Goods stolen, goods distributed as free samples, goods withdrawn by partners, unrecorded purchases and sales, capital expenditure included in revenue expenses and vice versa, okay, by mistake, bills receivable dishonored, bills payable dishonored, deferred expenses, capital receipts included in revenue receipts and vice versa, and commission to working partners on the basis of gross profit, net profit or net sales. Okay. See, what is the competency statement? What boards expect from you to learn from this lesson, from this topic, that is preparation of final accounts of partners. You should understand the meaning of final accounts. You should know the need and importance of final accounts. You should know the effects of adjustments in the final accounts. There are different many adjustments given. And why these adjustments occur? Why these adjustments takes place? What is the basic reason? Okay. And how to do the calculations, how to do the adjustment of, how to maintain the adjustment, right? In the 3 books. Which 3 books? Trading and profit and loss account, trading, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. What are the effects of all those adjustments in these 3 books, right? How to do? Know the meaning of trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet, and how to find out the financial result of the business, that is the cream. Okay, what is the cream? How to find out the financial results of the business. Financial results means financial position of a business. How we calculate the financial position? By the balance sheet. Now let's see. As per the sole proprietary concern which we learned last year, we will also prepare the final accounts of partnership firm. Okay, the income statements and position statement. Okay, income statement and position statement. What is income statement? Profit and loss account. Profit and loss account is the income statement. Why? It shows the income. Income is net profit, right? Income statement is profit and loss account because it shows the net profit, right? It shows the net profit. And position of the position statement means What is the position statement? It is balance sheet. Why? It shows the financial position of the business in terms of assets and in terms of how financial position of a business is shown in terms of assets and liabilities. How many assets the company has and how many liabilities it has to pay. It shows the financial position, right? So the final account is the last stage of accounting procedure. Final account is the last stage. Why? It has to go through the different stages. We'll see later on. Okay. Final account is the last stage of accounting procedure. Generally, following steps are followed in the accounting. First of all, we'll see the necessity of preparation of final accounts. Why preparation of final accounts is required? Because final account is prepared for the following very purposes. Find out the gross profit or gross loss incurred during the year. See, from where we calculate the gross profit or gross loss? Gross profit or gross loss. Either of the thing would be there. Either gross profit or gross loss. From where we calculate? From gross profit and gross loss we calculate from trading account, right? To find out the net profit or net loss. Net profit or net loss. From where we calculate net profit or net loss? Net profit or net loss. From where we calculate it? From the profit and loss account, right? P&L. To know the financial position of the business at the end of every year. Financial position, how do we calculate? How do we come to know? How do we ascertain? On the balance sheet, right? On the balance sheet. See, which are the different steps in accounting? First of all, you have to prepare the journal entries in the subsidiary books. Then, depending on the journal entries, you have to prepare the ledger. Okay. Then, the closing balances of all the ledgers will come to the trial balance, right? Either in debit or credit side. Then, preparation of final accounts, depending on the trial balance, will prepare the different final accounts. And which are the final accounts? First is trading account, second is profit and loss account, and third is balance sheet, right? As per Income Tax Act 1961, financial year starts on 1st April and ends on 31st March every year in India. In India, okay? In other countries, in some Western countries, it starts on 1st January and ends on 31st December, okay? But in India, generally, it starts on 1st April and ends on 31st March every year. Now, let's see how preparation of partnership final accounts. Trial balance and adjustments are important in preparation of final accounts. What? Trial balance and adjustment. Trial balance plus adjustments. Depending on the adjustments given and the trial balance is given to you in the problem, we prepare the final accounts, right? Final accounts. The list of debit and credit balances of all the ledgers. See, the list, all the debit and credit balances, closing balances of all the ledgers comes to the trial balance, right? The final account is prepared at the end of every financial year. Trading account shows the gross profit or gross loss. Trading account shows the gross profit or gross loss. Okay? Who? Trading account. And profit and loss account shows profit and loss account shows net profit or net loss. Okay, net profit or net loss. The balance sheet shows the financial position of the business in the firm of the assets and liabilities, right? Liabilities are shown this side and assets are shown on this side. For whom? For balance sheet. That is the financial position. Okay. See, what is final accounts? Final account comprises of these three accounts. Final accounts are prepared at the end of the financial year, which are also called as final accounts. Okay, which consist of trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. See, what is trading account? The objective of preparation of the trading account is to ascertain the gross profit earned or gross loss incurred, either gross profit or gross loss. Okay, either gross profit or gross loss, either. Okay, either gross profit or gross loss incurred by organization during the accounting period or financial year. Profit and loss account. After this comes the role of trading account comes the role of profit and loss account. So profit and loss account, what is its objective? To ascertain the net profit or net loss, right? Net profit or net loss incurred during the year, or profit earned. Profit is earned or loss is incurred. Okay, and during the financial year. Balance sheet is the statement which shows the financial position of the firm. Financial position, what is the financial status of the firm, and how the financial status is ascertained? Depending on the value of the assets and liabilities of the business. Financial position, how it is ascertained? By looking at the values of assets and liabilities of the business. Okay, so we are going to learn to prepare trading account first, then profit and loss account, and then balance sheet. See, what is trading account? Trading account is a nominal account. It is opened in the organization for the purpose to find out the gross profit and gross loss incurred during the year. Okay, trading account. In the debit side of this account, all direct expenses are recorded. In which side? In the debit side. Okay. In the debit side of this account, all direct expenses are recorded. And in the credit side of the trading account, all direct incomes are recorded. All direct incomes are recorded. Okay, direct incomes are recorded. If the trading account's credit side is more, see, if the trading account's credit side is more than the debit side, then the account shows the gross profit. Okay, and vice versa. If the trading account's debit side is more, means direct expenses are more than the direct income, which is not an advisable stage. When the direct expenses are more, then there is a gross loss. Okay, the gross profit or gross loss, whatever it is, either a gross profit or gross loss, that is transferred to the profit and loss account. Okay, gross profit or gross loss. See, the trading account indicates, as per J.R. Batliboi, the results of buying and selling of goods, result of buying and result of selling. Okay, result of buying, purchasing, and result of selling of the goods. While preparing this account, the general establishment charges are ignored and only the transactions related to goods are included. Related to goods means direct expenses. Only direct expenses are included because those are related to goods, related to manufacturing, related to production, right? Related to manufacturing, related to production. In overall, it is called as related to trading are included. But general establishment charges means expenses other than manufacturing, other than production, other than trading are ignored. And those are included in profit and loss account. Okay, those are not included in trading account. Only expenses related to manufacturing, production, or trading are called as direct expenses, which are included in trading account, to the debit side of trading account. See, what is trading account? Trading account is a nominal account. So what is the golden rule of nominal account? Debit all expenses and losses and credit all incomes and gains, right? Debit all expenses and losses and credit all sorry credit all incomes and gains. Different expenses, different losses, credit side all incomes and all gains. It shows overall result of the purchasing and selling activities. This side is purchasing activities and this side is selling activities. It shows the overall result. Result means what? What is the result? Which side is bigger? Okay, depending on the amount, bigger amount on which side, that is the result. It shows overall result of the purchasing and selling activities of the goods of the business which is dealing with. Okay, it includes all the direct incomes, right? Direct expenses and direct incomes. It includes all the direct incomes earned by the business due to selling activities. See, due to selling activities, business earn direct income, right? It includes all the direct expenses incurred by the business due to purchasing and production activities. See, due to purchasing, all direct expenses are incurred. Due to selling, all direct incomes are gained, right? Expenses on debit side and incomes on credit side. It results in gross profit earned. See, when we get the gross profit, see, when direct incomes are more than direct expenses, then we get the gross profit. It results in gross profit earned by the business if the direct incomes, that is credit side, are more than the debit side, more than the expenses. This is the obvious thing. When we will get the income, when we will get the profit, when our income is more than our expenses. Means whatever we have spent on purchasing, we must earn more than that by selling, right? This is the obvious thing. It results in gross loss. When we suffer gross loss, that if the direct incomes are less than the direct expenses, in this case we will suffer or incur the gross loss, right? From where we come to know this gross profit or gross loss? From the trading account. See, what was the pro forma of trading account or the specimen of trading account? Means which transactions or which entries we record in trading account. Which entries we record in the trading account? See, opening stock, all the transactions or all the entries which are related to direct trading or direct manufacturing or direct production of the business. Okay, only those entries are included in trading account, either in debit or in credit side. See, which are the entries, which are the transactions? Opening stock, right, is required for trading, manufacturing, production. Purchases, carriage inward, freight, dock charges, custom duty, wages, productive and manufacturing wages, wages and salaries, remember this. Import duty, coal, coke, gas, motive power, oil, water, grease, royalty on purchase or production, primary packing charges, factory lighting and heating, factory rent and rates, factory insurance, works manager's salary. Okay, and which incomes which we earn, that we enter or record in the credit side of the trading account. Direct sales account, by sales, goods lost by fire, goods lost by theft, goods distributed as free samples, goods lost in accidents, goods withdrawn by partners, closing stock. Okay, so what is this? See, this is the result. If the amount in this side is more than amount in this side, which is advisable, then we get the gross profit. We get the gross profit is the result of when the credit side is bigger or more than debit side. And if this side is more than this side, then we get the gross loss. See, gross loss will come this side. Okay, and gross profit will get if this side is bigger than this side. See, the number of transactions or the number of entries, if you count, then the number of entries are more over here and the number of entries are very less over here. See, there may be 3 to 4, 5 maximum entries in the credit side and many entries in the debit side. See, though the number of entries are more in debit side than the credit side, it does not mean that the amount is more in debit side. Okay, why? See, more amount is involved in sales, right? More amount is involved in direct income than the direct expenses. Why? These are the the expenses which are suffered or incurred in the debit side of trading account are which involves less amount, which compared to the direct incomes. Means, see, these are the expenses which are incurred for preparation of the good material for manufacturing or production of the material, and it must be sold in more price. See, this is the selling price. So obviously this must be bigger. This must include all those expenses. This sales price must include all those expenses. Then only we'll get the profit. Then the gross profit would be. Then we can get the gross profit. This side would be bigger. Okay. One more important thing. See, here it is 2 wages and again 2 wages is given. See, when explicitly wages is given to you in the problem, only wages in the trial balance or in the problem, only wages is given, then you have to write in the trading account. Okay, but when wages and salaries is given, wages and salaries, this ledger is given. Okay, then what is the first appearance? Wages. In wages and salaries, what appears first? Wages appears first. So this will come to trading account. If in the problem salary and wages is given, then what appears first? Salary appears first. So salary will come to profit and loss account. Always remember, salary will come to profit and loss account. If wages and salary is given, you have to bring an entry over here. You have to record over here. If salary and wages is given, then you have to consider it as salaries and you have to record it in the profit and loss account. Okay. Of debit side, whether it be trading or whether it be profit and loss account, debit side. See, what is profit and loss account? Profit and loss account is again a nominal account. What are the rules of nominal account? Debit what comes in and credit what? Debit expenses and losses, credit incomes and gains. See, profit and loss account is a main account of income statement. It is prepared to ascertain the net profit or net losses suffered by a business concern during the accounting year. All direct expenses, see, it gives us net profit or net loss. Who? Profit and loss account. Okay. All direct expenses are to be recorded to the debit side. All indirect expenses. All indirect expenses are recorded to the debit side. Profit and loss account, debit side. And all indirect incomes, credit side, all indirect income, right? All indirect incomes are recorded to the credit side of this account. The credit balance of this account shows the net profit. See, when we get the net profit, again as per see, when we get the net profit, when this side is bigger than, means amount involved in this side is bigger than this side, amount involved in debit side, right? Net profit, which is see, the indirect incomes are recorded in the credit side of this account. The credit balance on this account shows the net profit, okay, which is to be transferred to the capital accounts. This net profit again goes to the capital account, which we saw, okay, in our earlier lectures, partners capital accounts, right? if they get the profit, this net profit is transferred to the, if this side is bigger, right, then we will get the net profit. Okay, if this side is bigger, then we will get the net profit, and that is transferred to the capital accounts credit side, right? Remember, the capital account credit side, we are carrying the profit, right? Capital account credit side, or add it to the capital. See, we were adding right here, right? Profit and loss account. The debit balance of this account, if debit balance shows the net loss. If this side is bigger than this side, then we will get the net loss. Net loss which is to be transferred to the capital account debit side. This loss will get transferred to the capital account debit side. Or we can deduct it also from the capital also. In two ways we can do it. But for the time being, you remember, if we get the net loss, that will get transferred to the debit side of the capital account, and if we get the net profit, that will get transferred to the credit side of profit and loss account. Sorry, of capital account. What is profit and loss account? Again, it is a nominal account. Okay, that is debit all expenses and losses and credit all incomes and gains. It shows overall result of effect of carrying out other activities. See, the activities which are direct expenses and direct income are not recorded in profit and loss account. All indirect. That is administrative, operational and managerial activities. Okay, not direct activities are recorded in the profit and loss account. It also includes all indirect incomes earned by the business. All indirect incomes, like maybe which are other than selling activities. Okay, let's see in the example. It also includes all indirect expenses incurred by the business due to activities other than purchasing and production activities. Purchasing and production activities are called as trading or manufacturing. Okay, other than that comes under the profit and loss account, debit side. It results in net profit earned by the business if indirect incomes are more than indirect expenses. Then what is the result? Net profit, right? Net profit. It results in net loss suffered by the business if indirect incomes are less. Means indirect expenses are more. Then we get the net loss. Okay, now we see the pro forma of profit and loss account. As per R.N. Carter, a profit and loss account is an account into which all gains and losses are considered in order to ascertain the excess of gain over the losses or vice versa. See, when we will get the net profit? When all indirect expenses and indirect incomes are given, when all gains and losses are considered in order to ascertain the excess of gain, when this side is more excess over whom? All indirect expenses and losses. Okay, indirect incomes and gains are on the credit side of the profit and loss account. Again and again I am showing this. Okay, when all indirect expenses are less and indirect incomes are more, then we get the gain, that is profit. See which entries comes to the profit and loss account? Salaries. Other than what I told you, other than trading, other than manufacturing and other than production. Means other than, all these are direct expenses, right? Which are related to manufacturing of the final product, right? Which are the direct expenses? Expenses which are incurred to manufacture the final product are called as direct expenses. Trading, manufacturing and production expenses, right? Other than that, all are indirect expenses. Other than this, all are indirect expenses. So which are the indirect expenses? Salaries, salaries and wages. See, I told you, if salaries and wages are given, then it will come to profit and loss account, because first is salary. Rent and rates and taxes, insurance, electricity or lighting, telephone, postage, printing and stationery, traveling expenses of salesman, depreciation on assets, loading charges, audit fees, entertainment expenses, repairs or renewals or maintenance, interest on loan, sundry or miscellaneous expenses, conveyance, loss by fire, loss by theft, loss in accident, goods distributed or as free sample, commission allowed or given, discount allowed, allowances, advertisement, carriage outward, sales charges, bad debts, export duty, taxes, general expenses, trade expenses, legal expenses, professional charges, bank charges, solicitors fees, secondary package charges, loss on sale of his assets. Okay, these are all indirect expenses. Okay, and these are the indirect incomes. See, gross profit which we had brought from trading account. Okay, apart from that, commission received, discount received or earned, indirect income, right? Interest received, because that is not related to the trading. Dividend received, again. Rent received, again. Sundry or miscellaneous receipts, all these are indirect incomes, right? Which are not related to the trading, manufacturing or production. Then if this side is bigger than this side, then we will get the gross loss, right? And if this side is bigger, the amount involved in this side is bigger, then we will get the net profit. Sorry, gross, net profit, and here we get the net loss, right? If this side is bigger, we will get the net profit. We will get the net loss. Okay. See, here you must have noticed carriage outward. Okay, here it is carriage outward. Carriage outward. And in trading account you saw carriage inward. What is the basic difference between them? Why carriage outward comes to profit and loss account, and why carriage inward comes to trading account? See, what is the rule of trading account? Which entries are recorded in trading account? Which entries are recorded in trading account which are related to direct expenses and direct incomes, right? And which are included in profit and loss account? Indirect incomes and indirect expenses. Okay, now see why this carriage outward comes to trading account and carriage outward comes to profit and loss account. The carriage inward comes to trading account. Why? When carriage inward happens, when carriage inward transaction or entry takes place, see, when the goods comes, okay, when the goods comes to the factory for production, when the goods comes to the factory for production, it is on the, see, this is a car or vehicle, tempo, and these are the goods. When the goods are coming to the factory, okay, when the goods are coming to the factory, the expenses which are incurred, the expenses which are spent on bringing the goods to the factory for trading, for manufacturing, for production. Okay, see, the goods is coming to the factory, this is factory, for production of the final goods, final material, right? So the expenses which are incurred are inward, right? For the factory, those expenses are inwards, that's why those comes in the trading account. Okay, but now the goods are ready, final goods are ready, and factory wants to send them out, okay, for selling and distribution, right? Out, factory wants to send them out, final goods, okay, final goods which are final material, okay, final, okay. Then these goods, which are the final goods, ready goods, which are sent outside for selling and distribution, are outwards. Those are sent outward of the factory. Then the expenses which are incurred for sending those goods outward are carriage outward. Okay, so carriage outward comes to the profit and loss account, because those are not related. These expenses for sending the goods outward are not related for trading or manufacturing or production, because trading, manufacturing, production has been finished. That stage has been crossed. After that, after crossing of production stage, the expenses which are incurred for sending the goods out by any vehicle, tempo, travel, right? Those are called as carriage outward, and those comes in profit and loss account. Always remember this rule. So, the quiz of the day: where the transactions of carriage outward is entered, carriage outward is entered or recorded. See, carriage outward is recorded either at the debit side of the trading account, credit side of the trading account, debit side of the profit and loss account, or credit side of the profit and loss account. You have to give me the answer. Okay. Now let's see what we'll learn in our next lecture. We'll learn in depth about the direct and indirect expenses and incomes. Okay. Which are the direct expenses and direct incomes, and which are indirect expenses and incomes, means which expenses and incomes comes in the trading account and which expenses and incomes comes in the profit and loss account in detail. Okay, because that is the base. Unless and until your base is clear, we will not be able to go to the apex. Okay, we will not be able to go to the end. What is the end? Balance sheet. Because your base must be clear. Okay, and if your base is clear, then you can move to the success. What is the success? Balance sheet. Okay, in my last lecture I had given you one test, because we had completed 3 lectures so far. So I had given you one test to solve. 10 questions were there. Okay, and see, this was the test name and this was the test code. Let's see how many students have solved this perfectly. See, this is the result of this test, and 5 responses I got. Out of the 5, 4 are of the students, 1 is of mine, 4 are of the students, and Shawnee Penkar and Harsh Vengankar got 70%. Means 7 answers of those students are correct. So this time the award goes in contribution to the both of them. 70%. Very good students. And Mrunamai got 60% and Sadia got 30%. Okay, so Mrunamai 6 answers are correct. Okay, very good, no problem. Students, keep it on. Keep on studying, keep on learning. See, it is only because of you I can teach you better, right? So I love you because you are the reason I love to teach. Thank you. Stay home.